everyone, this is Kat J, your fun and fancy free host. I'm back for another episode of Intro Plus, brought to you in part by otakucrypt.com. Visit otakucrypt.com at www.otakucrypt.com for anime cosplay videos, podcasts, and so much more. That's also where you're going to be able to find this podcast under the Intro Plus section. So today's intro to anime is going to be an anime manga series called Okami Shoujo to Kuro Oji, which is Wolf Girl and Black Prince. So basically the story centers around a character named Erika Shinohara, a 16-year-old girl who tells her friends tall tales about her romantic exploits. She pretends she actually has a boyfriend. She says that when her friends say basically prove that you have a boyfriend, she sends them a photo of a boy in her, and then finds that the boy is actually a fellow schoolmate that goes to her school named Kyoya Sata. She has no choice but to ask him to be her fake boyfriend. He actually says yes, which is really, really strange. And then she finds out that he's an ultra black-hearted sadist and takes advantage of Erika's weakness and treats her like a dog. Now, before I go into the concept and the characters of this anime series, I just want to say, and I'm going to get a little bit heavy here, this anime series is not what I would consider or support as an ideal relationship between two people. This is very much what's popular right now, which apparently in manga, anime, books, reading in general, it seems like it's always a situation where there's this hurt, wounded guy that needs to be saved by an innocent young girl, and he treats her like shit continuously until he starts to realize he has actual feelings for her, and by then it's almost too late. I would never recommend that anybody get in this kind of relationship if you're in one and you don't realize it, or if you're in one and you in one and you do realize it, please make sure that you try to get as much help as possible to leave that kind of relationship, because it is not healthy. I speak from personal experience. Get out while you can. Now, moving on to the lighter subject of this anime, it is a tsundere anime, but it is actually more tsundere towards the male character than it is towards the female character, I find. Now, Erika Shinohara is the main protagonist of the series, and she, of course, lies about having a boyfriend and takes a photo of a random guy to show as proof, when her friends are basically like, oh my goodness, it's that handsome guy that's in the other class in the school. She has to ask him if he'll pretend to be her boyfriend. The sadist of the anime, I call him the sadist because I just don't like his character, but I am doing this review because I know that a lot of people like this anime series, so I'll try to keep it as general, as non-biased as possible, but chances are I will probably slip into that whole I don't even know why they continue to make these plots type of anime. Now, keep in mind that I won't always do an intro to an anime that I like. So this isn't a podcast for animes that I always like. I'm just going to basically do an intro to whatever anime I come across. This one just happened to be in my Crunchyroll feed, so I decided to start watching it. And I did watch all 12 episodes, and I do read the manga. It's been ongoing since 2011, and it's still continuously it's still running. It's actually on chapter 51, and that got released just today. So it usually updates once a month. So it's not an overly popular manga. It's not updating every Thursday like Naruto Shippuden used to. It's just once a month. So yeah, it's basically a high school days anime. It sort of slips into college at one point, they're getting ready to go to college. Kyoya, basically, he at the beginning when Erika suggests her idea of faking lovers, he agrees, with sort of the outward appearance to everyone else is that he's this Prince Charming and that he's this amazing guy. However, shortly after, he basically blackmails her and torments her and makes her his dog. Gradually, he actually starts to care for her, as I said at the beginning, and he's actually more of the tsundere, hiding under the disguise of a sadist, because you end up finding out that he has all of these problems and trust issues and all of this stuff. And once Kyoya learns that he could lose Erica because she decides, she's fed up with the way he's been treating her, she's fed up with it, he goes after her during a date that she's going on and confesses his feelings to her. Of course, Erika, being impressionable and being, in love with Kyoya at that point, forgives him and basically starts dating him. Now, through that process of dating him and everything like that, they actually start to realize that they like each other. What else? There is the music for this, the opening, you actually heard it right at the beginning of this podcast. It's kind of catchy. It's got a catchy tune to it. It's called Love Good Time. What can I say about it? It's just a catchy sort of like little tune for this. But yeah, so I know that at this point in time it's still ongoing, but the one thing that they haven't mentioned whether or not they're going to be making a second season. If they are, please tell me I'm wrong. But it doesn't look like they're making a second season of the anime series. They're just continuing with it in the manga, mostly because this sort of genre of anime, I don't always feel or find that it's very popular in the anime version, or if people want to watch it, because nowadays people would prefer their female characters to be less like the way Erika is, and more strong, and not deal with it, and not be put through that. So it's kind of like, it was made in 2011, so 4 years it's been running, so it's obviously popular for some people because people still keep reading it and buying it. So yeah, so what else can I say about it? It's drawn quite well. Even the manga, I do like the artwork. And the anime, the artwork is pretty nice. It's got sort of this like soft sort of drawing style as opposed to sort of hard, jagged edges that you find in a lot of other animes. So artistically wise, it is a nice anime to sort of look at, like to watch. I am watching another anime right now, Ore Monogatari, and it's around the same sort of style of drawing. So it's like that soft sort of basically from anime to manga type of animation, which is nice. I wish the story would be a little bit nicer, but this is what we get for this anime. So like I said before, I won't always talk about animes that I like, or that I would recommend to people. Like in this case, I would actually say you could watch this anime or you couldn't watch this anime. You could read the manga or you couldn't read the manga. You wouldn't really be missing much because there are a lot more animes out there and manga out there that you could read that have the same sort of premise. I can't think of any right now because it's 11:37 at night, and I have been working all week really bad, lots of hours at work. But I can tell you that it's not. There are other animes that you could probably watch and manga that you could probably read that would sate your thirst for, the comedy, romance, high school, tsundere type of anime that isn't as where the male, protagonist, or I would even call him an antagonist sometimes, treats the main female lead like crap and she takes it. I don't really like this anime all that much. But anyways, so that's it. That's it for this episode. I'm sorry that it is so short. I promise next time I will have a host, and the next anime that I will be featuring is going to be a lot longer and a little bit more in depth. It's just that I've been extremely busy with work, and also I, gave in my 2 weeks notice. So I've had to catch up on a lot of stuff to go into a new job that I'm starting, which is even going to be more hours. But I will try to update as much as I can. If anybody has any suggestions on animes or intro to animes that they want to hear about, I'm definitely up to suggestions. I watch a ton of anime and I try to watch as much of it as I can. I even watch animes, some of them that I don't like. Like this is an example. I would not, watch this regularly. It just came up in my Crunchyroll feed one day, and I decided that I wanted to, why not, right? It's only 12 episodes, and I have nothing else to do today. So yeah, so I watched it, and here we are. This is my review of it. So once again, if you want to listen to any other podcasts, or you want to hear me talk about an anime that you like and you want to hear about it, please send me a message through Otaku Crypt. That's where my podcast is, which is www.otakukrypt.com. That is where you will find my podcast. That's also where you will find the home of the anime review show, as well as cosplay reviews and the Otaku Crypt podcast, as well as the Conflag report. So definitely check out the website where this podcast is going to be hosted. Well, that's it for me. I know it's another short one, ladies and gentlemen, but here we are. I promise next podcast I will definitely have a guest, so it will go a lot longer than 12 minutes. But until then, have a good evening and have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.